What's up, everybody? Welcome back. We back at it tonight with another show. Make adjustments, not excuse. Number 7. We got Stack in the house, and we got Friday making his return. What's going on, y'all?
What's up? What's up?
What's
What's
good?
up?
What's good?
We got some hot topics to talk about, man. How was you guys' week, man?
My week was all right, man. I can't complain. You know what I mean? We'll get into the sports side of things, but otherwise, another week.
Yo, man, look. So listen, I've been in mourning for the last 2 weeks. So I've been grieving for like a while now. With the Lakers losing. I just been like I feel like I had to do y'all like Skip. I mean, like Shannon is doing this. I had to excuse myself for a minute. So, but I'm back now. I'm excited, man. I actually miss being here and especially going back and forth with this guy above me. And we back.
Hey, listen, can I say something real quick?
Hit me with it.
It's not directed at you directly, but I'm glad that you back. Like I didn't know if you're gonna come back. You know what I mean?
Oh, no.
Like, but no. I'm glad you're back because we had a couple of people last week whose predictions it didn't go their way, and they ain't here. They ain't here. I was the only one that was right about it, and they ain't here today. I can't speak to where they are.
Hey man, you look, you kind of batting. I wouldn't say you batting 1,000, but you above 500 right now.
We'll see how I go today, but I like my chances here today too.
Oh, I think we shifting to more of my forte, but
we got football on here. We got a lot of football topics.
We got a little bit of football today
because it better be football heavy for it to be shifting your way.
All right.
That sounds like we're off, guys. Well, let's jump into it, man. Let's jump into it. First topic for today, we've got: should the Celtics sign Jaylen Brown to a max contract? As you guys know, they fresh off elimination at the hands of the East champion Heat. You know, there's a lot of questions surrounding that team right now, with the coaching and players eligible for free agency. So, and Jaylen Brown just made was it the second team All NBA or first team?
Mm-hmm.
One of the teams, and he is not eligible for the 5-year, $290 million max. Should he be signed or no? And Stack C to start us off.
Hot take. Can I jump in with a hot take?
Oh, for sure.
Go for it.
If I were the Celtics and I could choose between keeping and cutting Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, I'm sending Tatum packing, and I'm keeping Jaylen Brown, man.
It's an extremely hot take.
I'm sending Tatum packing, and I'm keeping Jaylen Brown. I don't care if he's a turnover machine. I don't care if he can't dribble. I don't care about none of that. It's just an indictment against Jason Tatum. I just don't believe in Jason Tatum because when the going gets tough and the rubber meets the road and all them other expressions and whatever you got to say to me, like when all that is said and done, this man is not going to come through in the clutch. He's not going to do it. He's going to disappear. Whether it's the second half, whether it's the fourth quarter, whether it's game 7, he's not going to do it. So
I digress.
It's not really my faith in Jaylen Brown. It's more an indictment against Jason Tatum. You know what I mean? So, like, he need to show me something. He got to come through.
He showed us something
too many times. He's not come through too many times.
He showed us something in Game 7 against Philly. My man had 50.
Yeah, but we talking about what it takes to get to the finals. Okay, you made it to the Eastern Conference Finals, to the semifinals of the whole thing. But nah. That don't get you a pass, sir. That don't get you a pass. Not with how high we're holding you currently. First team All NBAer. You're considered a superstar. You're right up there with the elite, top 10 in the league and a lot of people's lists. Nah, that ain't good enough, brother. It ain't good enough. So it's not an indictment. I mean, it's not how much faith I got in Brown. It's an indictment against Tatum.
Bob, what you got?
My take is not that high. I'll be honest with you. That's an extremely high take. Now, I don't think he deserve a max deal because I don't think he's a max player. You know, I think that and I completely disagree. I think Jason Tatum, both of them are like Jason Tatum a little younger. He's 25. I'm sorry, Jason Tatum 25, Brown 26. And I just feel like Tatum still is figuring it out. Like I actually do think he's clutch. I just don't think that I think having two small guys being the catalyst of your team, I just don't think that it works together. I do think that they should go ahead and break it up, bring a big guy in, somebody that's going to take some of the pressure off Tatum. But yeah, no, Brown got to go, and he wouldn't get if he do get a max contract, it's not going to be from the Celtics for sure. So that project is over.
Let me ask you. You said two small guys. Who are you talking about? Tatum 6'8" and Brown about 6'7".
No, meaning like two backcourt guys.
Guards, yeah.
Two backcourt guys.
Two perimeter players.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, well, you know, you
and they also don't got a true point guard either. They don't have a true point guard either. Smart is not a true point guard. You know what I'm saying? So even if they subbed it out for a point guard, a scoring point guard, that would probably.
How you feel about Malcolm Brogdon?
Nah,
I know he was hurt.
He's not a pure point guard either. He's more like a shooting guard masquerading as a point guard.
He a utility player. He a utility point guard.
I know he's not a true point guard, but he's played that role well enough in other areas, like other places he's been. So, like, if he would have started at point, could he have made a difference? Or if he'd have been healthy, would he have made a difference?
Yeah, that would have made a difference. I mean, they came back from 0-3. That would have made a major difference with Brogdon.
All right, so what if you had Brogdon and you had Hero? Which way it would have gone? Because neither team had either player.
I think Hero. I think Hero would have shot them out the game a lot of times.
Yeah.
Sometimes less is more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and with Hero's absence, it gave Cody Martin the opportunity to step up, and y'all see what he did.
Yeah, it gave the opportunity for more efficient players. Sometimes a player can be better, but they don't have an efficient game. Sometimes when you got one when you got one main guy like Jimmy Butler, and then you got other guys that are like really efficient and just fully understand their roles, it tends to work better. That's not going to do much for them against the Denver Nuggets, but still, in that particular series, it worked. They're just a more mature team. Sometimes maturity is control. I think the Celtics are an amazing team with amazing talent, but it's only one ball. It's only one ball.
Let me ask you this: you say you think Tatum is clutch, but like, did you watch the finals last year?
I did.
Disappeared. It was averaging like pedestrian numbers.
I think that he is falling apart, just like Braun has fallen apart, just like a lot of other great players have fallen apart.
Braun has age. Braun has age as an excuse, and the miles he has.
No. I'm talking about young Braun. I'm talking about against the Dallas Mavericks Braun, and you know what I'm saying. I'm talking about Braun didn't. This is to prove I'm not a Braun hater. Braun didn't have much help. Like, Tatum has a much better team than Braun had. No, of course. No, he fell apart with Bosh and Wade. That was the Bosh and Wade year when Braun didn't bring it home against Denver. Yeah, the first year against the Mavs.
Yeah. I would say he fell apart then because he was still trying to defer. It was Wade's team, and he was still like trying to defer too much. Wade had to pretty much tell him, "Hey, this is your team now, bro. Like, you lead it."
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so
I agree with that premise. I just don't think. I think with them bringing in one guy, rotational pieces at coaches, they've had like a different coach the last 3 years in a row.
Yep, that's true.
I just think that they found a hard time figuring out their identity completely. You know what I'm saying? Their guy in the moments, and I still think that they figuring it out. Either way, I don't think Jaylen Brown is a better player than Jason Tatum, and I don't think he ever will be. I think he is at his max stride. I don't think Jason Tatum has hit his peak as a player yet.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there. Jaylen Brown, he's a good player, man. He's a two-way player. The only thing with him is, and this is a big thing, it's the turnovers. I think he set like Game 7 records with like 8 or 9 turnovers, and you can't win like that. You can't win like that. So the good thing for him,
he's I'm about to say he's caught up in his head on him not being Batman, but him being Robin. I think if he was Batman, he'd step up a little more.
But still, like, the numbers don't lie. Most of his turnovers come when he has the ball in his left hand. It's been a thing with him like the last couple of years. He's got to work on that, tighten that handle up. He's still an ascending player. Like this past season, he had his best season as a pro. So he had his most points, best shooting percentage, all that stuff. So he still has some room to grow as well. But as far as like signing to a max contract, I think it's one of those things where it looks good now, but it'll end up being like a bad decision, kind of like Russ Westbrook. They signed him to a max, and you see what's happened with him. But if you guys don't have any more thoughts on it, we'll go ahead and move to our next.
Yeah, let's move on.
All right. Recently, Skip and Shannon is becoming Skip. So Shannon Sharp decided that he is over Skip, apparently, and he reached a buyout with Fox. What do you guys? What happened? What do you guys think happened? And Bob, you can start us off.
Well, I watch Undisputed like religiously, so like I truly love the dynamic that they had on the show. I just think that actually I think I seen an explanation where Skip indirectly explained it. He just said that it was just some things that they couldn't get on the same page about, and it is, as a fan of the show, man, it's kind of hurtful because I love Skip, but I love Shannon, but I also love Skip. Like I've grown a healthy respect for Skip through the years. Like I used to think he was just like trolling the entire time, but like it's something to be said about somebody that says their opinion, unapologetic about it. Like I actually agree with the whole DeMar Hamlin. They say that's what the issue was, the DeMar Hamlin injury, and also the Tom Brady clip kept coming back out, which I definitely think Skip was completely in the wrong for the Tom Brady, as if Shannon not a 3-time Super Bowl champion, and to compare any player and downgrade their career when you never played the sport is disrespectful, especially somebody that's a Hall of Famer. Everybody not gonna win 7 championships, but it's hurtful, man, because I love Skip and Shannon together, but Skip. I think something needs to be noted too, man. Skip is like the GOAT in the debate. Even what we doing right now is all derived from what like Skip started. Skip started this debate style form, this platform, and so like you have to respect. So I think a part of it is Shannon not being an equal to Skip and having to go through and everything being filtered through Skip first. And I think it, just like anything else, people want to progress in their life. I don't think it's necessarily that he hates Skip, but hopefully we'll get a good explanation on that final show. And I like to see both of them kind of publicly reconcile their differences, because they had a great run. Like I think Undisputed is over First Take any day right now. Because even though I love Stephen A is not as fun without Skip. Nobody is as fun without Skip, and I'm not even sure if Shannon would be as fun without Skip, because a lot of the things that made Shannon so great was the improv off of how Skip would piss him off. So if you ain't got nobody to be your true contrarian, I don't think we see the same type of Shannon either. So I don't know, man. Skip just seems to elevate people. Like,
yeah, he does. He does.
Yeah.
Stack, what's your thoughts on it?
So like Bob, I respect Skip, man. I respect him a lot. I've been following Skip for a long time, ever since his days of Cold Pizza. I don't know if y'all remember that show yet.
Oh yeah.
Way back in the day called Cold Pizza. Like I was a youngin' back then, and I didn't really watch none of them sports. I don't even know there's a lot of sports shows going on back then. But I watched his show, and then it transitioned later on to First Take, and he would rotate guys who he would debate with, and then every Wednesday, he would bring on Stephen A. Smith, and that seemed like it was the most popular day, the most fun day to watch it. And then he brought on Stephen A., and it was Skip and Stephen A. For a long time, and then Skip left, went to Fox Sports, and like Skip is so much the GOAT. Like Friday said, I agree with that. Skip is so much the GOAT that he elevated Fox Sports. You know what I mean? Like, wasn't really nobody watching anything going on Fox Sports until Undisputed came around. You know what I mean? Especially not no like sports talk shows on Fox Sports. I don't even think
just baseball. It was just baseball. Everybody was watching baseball.
That's it. So like he elevated the whole network.
Crazy.
Yeah, he elevated the whole network.
They got like three daytime shows daily based off of Undisputed, really.
Right. Yeah. And Skip did that. You know what I mean? Like did that. So he is definitely a GOAT in this genre of sports, or in the genre of sports debate. And I love the marriage between Skip and Shannon. Like it was fun while it lasted. To me, it never felt like something that was going to be forever, but it was definitely fun while it lasted. And I love what it did for Shannon, though. You know what I mean? Like it brought him back to the forefront. Like kids who never got to see this guy play are now calling him Unc, like Uncle Shay Shay. You know what I mean? He got his own podcast, and I love what it did for him. From the standpoint of it gave him a lot more options. Now that he's leaving Undisputed, I don't know what type of terms they're leaving on, but I know he has a lot more options than he did before he did this show with Skip. So, I mean, I've heard the rumors, like you all have said and mentioned, of why it's going the direction it's going in. That the Damar Hamlin was the start of the end, and the Tom Brady clip. And I can't really get into all that because I don't really know what the backstory behind all that. But I know that I love what it did for Shannon. Whatever Skip gonna do is gonna continue to be something that people pay attention to until he doesn't do it anymore. And best of luck to Shannon, whatever he does next. But I know he has a lot more options than he had. But like those three, Skip, Shannon, and Stephen A., you know what I mean? Those are the Mount Rushmores of sports debate right there. And like Friday said, it's because of Skip. Like he's on top because he resurrected Stephen A. Smith's career, and then he gave Shannon Sharp a second career with many more options now that it's over.
Perfect. Yeah, I agree, both of you guys. But the thing is with and Bob alluded to it earlier, the disrespect, man. It's been they've been working together like 6-7 years, and it's been like disrespect after disrespect after disrespect. And I think the boiling point was when Skip tweeted out about the Hamlin, and Shannon was like, "Yo, take it down," and Shannon skipped the show like the day after the tweet, and then Skip like the next day he was like getting ready to explain himself, and Skip was like, hold up, I'm not going to take it down. And I think that was like the tipping point for him, like in a professional manner. Like and it's constantly disruption. So
I'm gonna say something about that clip. First of all, I respect Skip for making that statement because he number one, don't nobody like somebody that's unapologetic about what they say. Like if you're gonna say something as a man, say something and stand on it. Right. But the second part to that is like, I think a lot of people. I think the Damar Hamlin case. Number one, it was very like it was something that we never experienced live on TV before, and so like I think everybody was wondering what's happening next in this game. Like we've never been watching a live, especially primetime game where you just see where somebody just be like, okay, we're just gonna stop the game right here, like right here, like that's never happened before. I've never seen it. You know what I'm saying? So I think in the natural progression, I think a lot of the things people were saying they were saying it in real time. And then the longer the night went, you realized it was politically incorrect, or it would seem insensitive to say something like, well, I mean, are they going to still play? I mean, it's still a game that got to be played. This is a major game that's going to have major playoff implications.
Yeah.
That sounds, in retrospect, in comparison to what happened, it seemed insensitive to say, but in real time, that was a very valid thing to say. I thought it, but you see the players' reaction. I seen it was a reporter, whatever network that was carrying the game. It was a female reporter, and she was alluding to it. But what's his name? Booger, or the bald-headed dude, Anthony McFarlane, I believe his name is.
McFarlane, yeah,
Booger McFarlane.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was just kind of like shaking his head with disgust, and he was basically giving those signals that, like, don't ask that question. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But as a reporter, and Skip is a reporter, just like Shannon said, like it's really one of those things that players see it from a different perspective because they play. Skip, his lens is through a journalist lens, and so whenever you have that as the dynamic, it's going to be a major shift in opinions, especially when monumental things happen.
Yeah, all good points, guys. All good points. We got to keep it moving. All right, next topic. Is it time to stick a fork in the Warriors dynasty? As you guys know, the GM currently resigned from his job, and that leaves the Warriors with a lot of questions. Right,
no, it's not time. It's not done. It's not done.
They done, man. They done.
It's not.
They done. They will.
That's all I got to say, man. Y'all can go. I'm upset. This is even a topic. This don't make no sense. Of course, it's not done. What we talking about here? Who came up with this? This don't make sense.
You gotta look
Curry
at it. Like,
still got plenty.
He's 35.
He still got plenty. He's a shooter, though. You can shoot for the rest of your life.
You can, but he ain't gonna have the same lift. He's not gonna have the same lift. He's not gonna have the same lift on his shots.
Goats adjust. Goats adjust.
Goats can adjust, but I don't know, man. Like, it's the NBA is young. It's a young man's game, as evidenced by Bron. He's 37, 38, and so
he's effective. 3 years younger than 38.
Yeah, but the same.
Give me 2 to 3 years more.
Name a shooter like Steph that succeeded at that age.
Name a shooter like Steph.
You can't.
Okay, there we go then.
But he is transcendent. He is very transcendent. But like the guys that they're more lanky, they're gonna have more energy. They're gonna be able to contest his shots a lot more. I don't see them being contenders anymore. And you got Clay.
As long as Steph is leading the train and he ain't lost so much that he can't still lead them. You put some pieces around him, you upgrade some of them pieces around him, and the ball gonna still roll, bro. Like the Warriors their dynasty is not over. I still think they could come back next year and be a threat, be a contender, be a strong contender.
Be a threat for the play-in tournament.
No, be a threat to win it all. I'm talking about be a threat to win it all. That's what the question talking about, right?
Their championship window is done. Their championship window is done.
So, I personally don't think the Warriors dynasty is done. I think they can not be a threat to make the playoffs, to be a contender, but be a threat. Yes, to be a contender, but be a threat to win it all. I still think they can be a threat to win it all. And I think they got 2 to 3 more years to do that. 2 to 3 more years.
I disagree. And here's why. Did you see what they did with their young players this year, right? Kuminga, Moody, Jordan Poole.
It depends on what you mean when you say what they did with them.
They didn't play them in the playoffs. They don't trust their young players. That's telling me that's a huge red flag right there. That's telling me that they're going to have to hit free agency, make some moves, do something. Because if you don't trust your young players to help y'all and contribute in the playoffs now, like what they say about their future with the franchise.
You don't trust them until you trust them, until you have to trust them. Maybe now they know they have to trust them next year. And you play them more in the regular season and keep it rolling in the playoffs. But as long as Steph is the one leading, I still think their young players are talented enough to prop up Steph enough to where they can still be contenders. You know what I mean? Whether it be Moody, Kuminga, and Poole leading the way with Klay Thompson, still out there as well. I think Draymond is gonna be out of there. But and then Curry, and then all the pieces around them. You know what I mean? So pick up a few new make a few acquisitions and whatnot in the offseason. So when it all comes down to it, when it's all said and done, to answer your question, don't stick a fork in it. It's not quite done. You know what I mean? Like, they still got another 2 or 3 years of contender. What you got, Friday?
No, they're completely done. And I think that they were done like maybe 2 years ago.
Like, last year.
I understand that, but I think that like you just said, we just had a whole segment about how Tatum is not clutch, how he's fallen apart 2-3 times, and the lack of stability in the Celtics franchise. And by all means, they had a cakewalk to all the stars were aligned for them last year to make it to the Western Conference Finals. Like, Braun wasn't there. On the West,
Celtics were there.
No. I'm talking about on the West. I'm talking about how they got there last year to even get to the Celtics. Like, Braun wasn't there. AD was. Who else was it? Jamal Murray wasn't there for Denver last year. Like, it was a bunch of pieces. It was a bunch of main factors in the Western Conference how they just cakewalk to the finals.
Stars
it was like the perfect storm. But look, let me just tell you real quick. Curry is at this point in his career, and I promise, like, I hate feeling like I'm always like hating on Steph Curry, but I'm just being honest. Like I agree with you when you say Steph can be a viable player in the league for the next 2 or 3 years, but as a spot up shooter, not a guy that's dancing around, creating, like, that time is gone. He got weak ankles, and they're not gonna get better with age. He is not Bron physically. LeBron is a physical anomaly, but even with that being said, like Steph Curry's game is low to the ground. So, but even with that being said, he's if he's your number one player, then you got a problem, because Clay is not Clay no more. Clay is not the same Clay. Clay is a serviceable player, but he is not a guy that you're gonna build. So who you telling me you got now? Your 2 best players are on the decline. You know what I'm saying? I would agree that if you seen some sort of progression out of their young bench players, then that would be a sign to, like, some sort of and in theory that's what was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
But guess what? None of them panned out. The number 2 pick, he ain't even with them no more.
Bust.
And else is gone. Like, I mean, and Kuminga, like, even if those guys progressed, even if Moody progressed, all of those guys progressed, they're still not championship quality players. So, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, but yeah, they not championship quality players. It's not a championship team anymore. And I really, like I said this at the end of the series last time. The only way Steph Curry will continue to stack his legacy from a championship perspective is if either somebody like Kevin Durant or somebody come back with them. They have to have a player that's better than everybody comes back to that team, or if Steph Curry decide to leave. That's it. Like, a better question is, how should the Warriors blow their team up? Really,
let me jump in here real quick. Like, it's crazy to me to think that we're talking about a dynasty that might potentially be over when, one, they just won it last year. And I know your retort to that was it was a perfect storm. You know, I don't necessarily agree that it was a perfect storm, because at the end of the day, they still had to win the finals, and the Celtics were there completely healthy with all their best players present.
And turnover prone.
Accounted for, huh?
And turnover prone.
Oh, they were still there. There and accounted for. And they beat them.
It's debatable.
And they beat them. Steph Curry, he said he couldn't dance around anymore. He was just dancing this year. What's going to happen to him this year, next year? He done had bad ankles his whole career. Like I'm pretty sure he's not just like taking the offseason off, not working out, not staying in shape. Like you said, his game is low to the ground. His ankle's always been bad. He's a shooter. He doesn't depend on his athleticism. I don't know what's going to happen between this year and next year that is going to make him have to transition from a dancer to a spot-up shooter.
So he's going to have to be a knockdown shooter. He's going to be a knockdown shooter next year just for the simple fact that he's not going to be able to dance as much. You know what I'm saying? If he's not knocking down shots and you got it's a two-way. It's a two-way thing. Like he's got to play defense too. So if he's not knocking down shots consistently, they're going to get blown out every game. And that's a fact.
They didn't get blown out every game this year, and he wasn't knocking down shots in the playoffs consistently. They didn't win it all, but they weren't getting blown out every game, though.
They did. You see, are they playing right now? They're at home.
They're not playing right now. No, they're not.
They're at home watching.
You can't win it every year.
You can't. But that was the expectations for them for a while. But that window has passed for them, and I say stick a fork in them because they are well done.
I say they still got another one, possibly two in them. Well, I'd be a little bit surprised.
Yeah.
I'd be a little bit surprised if Steph didn't finish with 5.
Yeah, that remains to be seen. If
he didn't finish with 5.
We
lost Friday.
Yeah, I think he been having some difficulties. Internet here. All right. Let's keep this moving.
Yep.
Name 3 active players that you want to see win a championship. It doesn't have to be basketball. It could be football too.
All right, so I'm Stack City. I introduced myself before most of the shows. I'm Stack City, and I'm from the Trey-Fo. So with that being said, for those that don't know, the Trey-Fo is Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I grew up in the same era as this guy I'm about to mention. I got to see CP3 win one, man. It's got to happen. I got to see CP3 win one.
He's on.
You know what I mean? Like I came up in the era hooping when he was there. And I mean, I watched him from when he was a little fella, middle school. You know what I mean? High school, Wake Forest, Hornets, Clippers, OKC, Houston, and now Phoenix. Did I miss anything?
I think you got them all.
I've seen all of that.
Oh, New Orleans. New Orleans, right?
Yeah, I said New Orleans first. Yep, where he got drafted to.
Yeah.
And I got to see him do it, man. I got to see him do it. Can we go back and forth? Like I name one, you name one?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so I got CP3 for my first one.
All right, yeah, he was on my list too. This next guy, he deserved it. He was in the dunk contest. He's actually playing for a championship now. To me, he had one of the best dunk contests I've ever seen. Like personally with my eyes.
Okay.
And that's Aaron Gordon.
Wow.
Get this man a championship. Even though he hasn't like accomplished like a ton in the league, you know what I'm saying? I want to see that man win a championship. He got robbed by the Heat, Dwayne Wade in the finals of the dunk contest. I think he was going against like Zach LaVine or somebody. Or no, Derrick Jones Jr. That's right. So yeah, I want to see him win the championship, man. I want to see him get him one.
All right, I go.
Yeah.
I'm going completely off the head with these.
Okay.
So like this is completely off top. So this next one, I don't even know if you was looking to go in this direction, but you said it could be any sport, right?
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna go in this direction. And this is it's not personal to me because I don't know this person personally, but it's a favorite team of mine. 5th-year senior Armando Bacot. I gotta see him win one, man.
Oh my goodness.
For the North Carolina Tar Heels. I gotta see him win one. 5th-year senior. Like this man came in expecting to be a one and done. He said it. He said, I'm gonna be a one and done no more than 2 years. And he's laid his body on the line. The year they made it to the national championship, the season before this one, he had a bum ankle, still muscled his way through it. You know what I mean? His jersey deserves to be in the rafters. I want to see this man win a national championship. I'm a big time Tar Heels out of all. I can't say that. Them and the Commanders. The Tar Heels and Commanders are my 2 favorite of all my favorite teams, equally. You know what I mean? And Armando Bacot, man, he's won me over. I really like him. I really like his development, his maturity as a player, I just feel like, I know we probably want to talk about college sports, but I'm going to go Armando Bacot for the North Carolina Tar Heels. As a Tar Heel huge fan, got to see him win one.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Maybe he'll get one in the once he makes it to the NBA, if he makes it to the NBA. My last one, and this shouldn't be a surprise, it's Dame time. I gotta see Dame time get on one.
I thought we were doing 3 though. We named 2 apiece so far.
Yeah, it's my last. Well, I went with CP3 too. I went with CP3. Okay. He was on my list. Yeah, okay. CP3 was on my list. I want to see Dame time win one. He's the epitome of loyalty. He's stuck with the same franchise through the highs and the lows. I think they got to the West Finals one year, and he's not complaining. You know what I'm saying? In the media, like some other players, he's not requesting to be traded or, trying to control the team or anything. He's done everything the right way, and I think players like that should be rewarded with a championship. So Dame is mine. Dame is mine.
Just as a point of clarification, because I know you said maybe Armando will get one if he makes it to the league. I meant at Carolina. I want to see him win, which means I want to see Carolina win a national championship next year. I want to see it happen. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's going to happen, but I want to see it happen.
I hope so. I hope it does. I'm rooting for them. I think Bob just jumped back in too, Bob. Bob, we were talking about the 3 active players you want to see win the championship. Who do you want to go ahead and name yours?
What was the question one more time?
Name the 3 active players that you want to see win a championship.
In any sport.
Any sport. He went with CP3, Armando Bacot, and who's the last one?
I haven't got a last one yet, but I'm gonna come with the last one.
Well, I'm gonna say LeBron, of course.
That hasn't won a ship.
That hasn't won.
Oh, that hasn't.
Yeah.
And this guy, he's not even playing, but I just want this just because I feel like how he's been done so dirty. Cam Newton.
Scam? Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Bob breaking all the rules. You said active players.
Okay, well, active. Bryce Young.
Okay. Okay.
For obvious reasons.
Yeah.
A guy who I would like to see win a championship. Yeah, I agree with Bacot. Damn, I thought Bacot got one, right?
No, he didn't. He lost to Kansas in the national championship season before this past season.
Oh.
While you thinking, I'm going to show everybody this Aaron Gordon highlight, man.
Aaron Gordon was one of his picks.
No, I don't know why Aaron Gordon.
Look at that. Look at this. This is from the dunk contest, man. That's amazing. Look at that. Now you can't tell me, like, even if he should have won that one, man. He should have won all the dunk contests that he was.
Ron, they tell me that's what you used to do back in your day, bro.
Oh man. Oh dude, I used to bang on people, man. I got a picture of me dunking on this dude in high school, man. I got a picture of me dunking on this dude. I'm gonna have to find it. I'm gonna have to find that one. But yeah, man, I caught lobs on people in college, man. I was a force, man.
A little humble brag.
All right.
But I got one more.
Yeah, one more.
Yeah.
Okay, Bob, you got anybody else? While I'm trying to think of somebody,
all of my guys. I'm a legacy guy at this point, man. But yeah, I'd say Bryce Young, Bacot because I'm a Carolina fan, and I gotta go NFL. I would like to see. I would like to see Josh Allen actually get one. I'd like to see Josh Allen get one just because he's been so like closely compared to Patrick Mahomes, and like Patrick Mahomes is one of those guys that even though I think he's great, I get Chris he would like go crazy if we was talking about this, but like I just don't think that I'm still not ready to crown him as the greatest of all time after like 6 seasons. Like I just think that's crazy.
So people are talking about that. People calling him the greatest.
Yes.
Are they talking like
most of the time people say he's the greatest quarterback I've ever seen play, And I just don't see that because I've seen Aaron Rodgers for 15, 20 years. You know what I'm saying? He's not better than A-Rod yet. I'm not willing to concede that.
You almost have to go like secondary players because most of the great players right now. I'm gonna go. You know who I'm gonna go with? I'm gonna go Harden, man. I would like to see Harden win one.
Oh my goodness,
Harden has seemed so unlikable.
Yeah, for real, seriously.
I still like to see man win one. You know what I mean? So give me Harden for my third one.
Saving the worst for last. Saving the worst for last.
Call it what you want to. But my two guys, Steph and KD, have already won one, so I'm good there. I'm not expecting one from the Commanders anytime soon. You know what I mean? So
I genuinely don't listen. Unless Sam Howell is the next Tom Brady, I don't want them to succeed this year because I would really like to get a real franchise quarterback.
So I got a hot take. I think it's not a hot take, but I feel differently about you than Sam Howell. I think he's underrated. I think he's gonna be a lot better.
I just feel like if he was that guy, then he would have been there. I think Taylor Heineke was like great for the Redskins in that certain. Like I think he was limited. I ultimately think they need a new quarterback in general. But
he only said his rookie year though, and plenty of greats have done that.
Look, this is one I'm definitely willing to. I hope I'm wrong about, but I don't think so.
All right. Well, if you guys don't have any more thoughts, we are going to move on to our next segment. All right. It's called Love It or Hate It. And what you guys are going to do here, I'm going to throw out a topic, a hot take, and you guys are going to love it or hate it. All right. Yeah. And quickly give you a reason why. All right. First topic.
I'll make it quick.
T-Law, Trevor Lawrence leads the Jags to the Super Bowl this year.
Hate it.
Okay. I'm gonna love it. He's got the coaching. He's got the defense now. He's got the offense. He got the weapons. I'm going to love it. That's my hot take from the year.
I don't understand the infatuation with Taylor Lawrence. Lawrence this year. Trevor Lawrence. Like I think he's like ascended to like a lot of people's like top 10 quarterbacks in this year, and I didn't see I seen the progression. I just didn't see the ascension. Like I think the defense got him there, not him.
I think he's one of them guys that they want him to ascend to that point because he's been like all right, he's the next great one since high school, and then at Clemson, and now in the NFL. Like they want him to get there, but I don't think they're good enough yet. I don't think the Jags are good enough. So I don't like the idea that they're gonna win the championship. They're gonna win the Super Bowl this year.
I don't. It's a long shot.
And even if I did believe that, even if I did completely believe in Trevor Lawrence, the AFC just way too stacked.
Well,
no pun intended.
Like there's some teams that's due for a little regression. You know, I think the Chiefs, for one, they're due for a little regression. The all-time NFL weapon, Travis Kelce, you know, he can't sustain that level of production. If the running back
what does that mean, man?
What's that?
Due for regression.
Oh yeah, they are overachieving, and now they're gonna get back to the.
Oh, you think they were overachieving?
They're overachieving. Yeah, some of the teams. Yeah. So
I'm talking about the Chiefs specifically.
The Chiefs. They
were overachieving.
They're not overachieving because they got Pat Mahomes and Andy Reid. You know what I'm saying? That duo was like this generation's Brady and Belichick. You know what I'm saying?
So why are they due for regression then if they weren't overachieving?
You got teams that are getting better around them. Meanwhile, they are getting older. Their main piece is getting older. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Travis Kelce can take over a game like he has in the past. Like he's unstoppable. Like team scheme, you put 2-3 people on him, and he's still gonna make plays, man. And that's a dangerous weapon to have. He's what, 34, 35 this year, something like that.
Who?
Travis Kelce.
He's 34.
He's older, yeah.
No, hold on, I gotta fact check that. I thought he was like 30, 29.
He's up there. He's up there. He's a little more than the tooth.
You sure you're not talking about his brother?
No, I'm 100% sure it's Travis Kelce. He's about 34, maybe 35.
Oh no, he's 33.
33, yeah, he's up there. So,
all right, what you got next?
Next one. Josh Allen will win the NFL MVP this year. Love it or hate it?
I love it. I love it.
Stack, what you got?
I hate it.
I hate it.
I love it. I love it. He, like, if you've been catching the blurbs from his coach in the news, like, he says he's got a different mentality this year. You know, he's come up short the last couple of years. The expectations were too high for them, right? And I think this year, like, the expectation isn't for them to win a Super Bowl. It's to at least get to, like, an AFC championship. And I think with all those Super Bowl aspirations, like, the expectations for them to win, like, that'll lower the stress and, you know, for them to, no expectation for them to win. I think that it lowers all the pressure, and he's going to play more like himself and have a different level of focus. So I love it.
Let me explain my answer. Mm-hmm. And because we only have two options, love or hate, right? Mm-hmm. And I said hate it. The reason I struggle with answering the question right away is because, like, we only had two options. And I think I'm more indifferent about it. Like, I don't, you know, it doesn't move me either one way or the other. The question, because I'm just not on the Josh Allen hype train like that. I mean, he's a good player. He's a good player. He's a real good player. But, like, he's not one of these guys that has captivated me. You know, and because he hasn't captivated me, I guess, like, I'm a little indifferent about it. I don't really care either way. You know what I mean? If he wins it, that's cool. If he doesn't win it, that's all right too. You know what I mean? But, like, there's other players out there that I'm more intrigued by, personally. Yeah. That I'm more intrigued by. So I guess that's why I said I hate it. I don't really hate it. I just don't care about it.
Yeah, I definitely disagree. I think he's a captivating player, and I think he's been probably the most exciting player. Like, I think Jalen Hurts had the season that people expected Josh Allen to have last year, and I think the difference is, like, Josh Allen just a turnover machine. And, like, if he could get rid of some of those turnovers, his highs are really high, his lows are really low. He's kind of like Cam Newton, and people, he's about the equivalent of a Cam Newton. The differences are, like, when Cam is but he, you know, not to get into the political parts of it, I just think that people deem Josh Allen greater than Cam Newton because of the political reasons. I'll say it that way. I don't want to stir the pot too much, but
gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So I just wanted to clarify. Also, I'm not saying Josh Allen isn't a captivating player.
Yeah.
He may very well be a captivating player. It's just that he hasn't captivated me.
Yeah, I get it.
I mean, like, he hasn't captivated me personally. So, like, I'm not, you know, like, I don't feel one way or the other about it.
Yeah, I think they definitely regressed a little bit last year, and that's kind of got people off the Josh Allen hype train. But I think the preseason hype coming into last year was everybody thinking Josh Allen would be the guy, and it ended up being Jalen Hurts.
All right, we lost Vaughn. Said his internet went out, but he said the next question is, and love it or hate it, will the Cardinals be winless this year? I love it.
Will they be winless? Absolutely not. No, I think they will not be winless simply because Kyler Murray, like a lot. I think Kyler Murray has gotten a lot of like.
You won't be there at first though.
Yeah, but he'll be there at some point, and I just think that he's too good of a natural player to not win a game. Like he's a top 15 quarterback, and I think a lot of people are like over his attitude, and some people think he got overpaid and things of that nature. Either way, he's not a loser. He's never been a loser in his entire career. So no, I hate that. I absolutely hate that.
I love it just because I don't see enough. I don't see enough in Arizona.
But winless though?
Yeah. Well,
like I get not a great season, but winless.
I don't know like how long he's gonna be out. Is he gonna be out half the season? If he's gonna be out half the season, I definitely.
From what I understand, I'm hearing like the first 6 games or something like that. Like not.
If it's the first 6 games, that's close enough. Like it could easily end up being if they go 0-5, like why rush him back? So that could easily turn into if he misses the first 6 games, that could easily turn into half the season, if not more. If they start out 0-4,
Now, I don't want the Cardinals to lose out because I would love it if it was the Reds, the Commanders in that position. I hope they go winless again.
Yeah, that goes back to your belief in Josh and Sam Howell not being that guy.
Tanking. I'm tanking for.
Who you like next year? Is there anybody that you have your eyes on as far as a quarterback that the Commanders could potentially draft?
Oh yeah, man! Like 2 huge ones. Caleb Williams, number 1.
Okay. Yeah.
And Drake May from Carolina. Like those are like.
Okay.
Like so, Carolina got like their best quarterback they've ever had in school's history,
So you're a big believer in Drake May like that? I think he's a really good player.
Yeah,
you think he's NFL? You think he's NFL Pro Bowl, NFL All-Star, really good player in the league type of talent?
No doubts about it. Like I watched a lot of this year was one of the I don't watch a lot of college football normally, but this year for some reason I did, and obviously being a Carolina Tar Heel basketball fan, I want Carolina football to do well as well. And yeah, man, Drake May for real. Yeah, like he. As a matter of, I remember when I told Devon attested to this. Devon, you remember when I told you
Joe Burrow?
Yeah, Joe Burrow was gonna be the guy in the NFL.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like I told him that because I had been watching, and then I had seen how, and I used to play quarterback, and I was like, yo, he for real. You know what I'm saying? Drake May got Joe Burrow like they're similar poise. He just got that quarterback. He got the intangibles packed down. I think Drake May is gonna be great, and I haven't seen a lot of Caleb Williams, but I do, from what I understand, he's like he's more mobile. But then again, Drake May is mobile. Like Drake May got it though. Just so you know.
What caught my ear out of everything you just said, right? What caught my ear more than anything, I want to hear more about Friday the QB. What kind of QB was Friday like?
Oh man,
hey, Friday would light it up. Friday would light it up, man.
Okay. Another story for another day.
Oh yeah.
Right.
And they include Vaughn, ironically enough.
Oh yeah. hey, back in my heyday, man. Back in my heyday.
Vaughn, you was on the gridiron?
Just a little bit. You know, not worth like discussing. But I had to flash my skills a little bit every now and then. You know what I'm saying? All right, guys. We had our last topic for today. As you all know, LeBron's contemplating retirement, and he's been the face of the NBA for like the last 20 years, right? Who's taking up that mantle out there?
I'm gonna let Friday go first, unless he want me to go first. I can go first.
But I think in the short term is obviously gonna be Steph Curry for a year or two maybe, but
I like that. That's a real good answer. Anytime Curry is the answer.
I think he's the in the NBA's next biggest like attraction. I don't think he's the next best player or the next
next biggest attraction, Curry.
Yeah.
Because Bond just made the argument he's at the end of his career. You did too.
He's at the end.
Huh?
He's at the end.
You just made the argument earlier. He's at the end of his career.
Yeah, no, I know. I said, listen, there's a difference between attraction and like for example, LeBron is the NBA's number one attraction. Nobody at this point is saying LeBron is the all-out best player right now. And Curry, like the thing about the NBA, people have, and you're a victim of this. You're a victim of this, Dak. Like, you're in love with Steph Curry, so he's gonna always be he got for you. So like, whether he's the best player or not anymore, whether he can his team to championships anymore is irrelevant because he's who you're drawn to. But the next actual leader, I mean, I guess I did see a crazy clip of Wembanyama though. I seen a crazy clip with Wembanyama like a couple days ago where he like carried the ball up the court, did like like between the, like he looked like a legit point guard, like with his dribble. You know what I'm saying? I never really seen that from him before. I seen the shooting guard, the shooter Wembanyama, but I had never seen the ball handling. And the ball handling was quick, it was fluent, and if he's gonna be that guy, oh yeah, he gonna be the face for sure.
Who you got, man?
I'm gonna agree with Bob, man. I'm gonna say Wembanyama. Like, he's got the skills. The only thing that's stopping him is his health. Like if you guys watch him play, or if you've seen him on the basketball court, he has that little band on his knee, and that's anything you need when you're that tall. It's never a good sign. It's never a good sign. So
who you say?
Wembanyama.
Oh yeah,
Wemby. Yeah.
All right.
The NBA need that though. They need to have a face, and like I think the natural people are Curry or Luka.
Yeah. Or y'all can get Giannis. Don't forget Giannis.
I don't think Giannis got enough personality.
Probably the most dominant player in the league right now.
I don't think he got the personality draw.
I agree. I don't think he wants to be the face, but it's like bestowed upon him. You know what I'm saying? Just because he's the best player.
Yeah. What you got, Stat? I'm interested to hear.
So, like, I said it in the group chat. Well, first of all, I feel like the genesis of this question was a couple weeks ago when it was me and Vaughn on there by ourselves. And I said, like, the next generation of kids who are going to grow up following the NBA without ever seeing one play, they're already here. You know what I mean? They're like little kids right now, 5 and under, 7 and under. But like, if you're like 8, 7, 6 and under, those little kids, those little boys and girls, they're never going to see Bron play, right? Mm-hmm. So, like, Bron is always going to be their dad's GOAT, their uncle's GOAT. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of them are not going to think of Bron as the GOAT simply because they didn't get to see him play, right? So, we're asking, like, in my opinion, like, who's going to be their guy? Who's going to be their Kareem? Who's going to be their Magic? Who's going to be their Jordan? Who's going to be their Kobe? Who's going to be their Bron, right? And so I'm going to stand on what I said in the group chat. It was Wemby. And because we've never seen anything like this guy. 7'4", can handle, can shoot, can drive. I'm sure he'll develop a more mature post game as he gets bigger and stronger, and if his health stays where it needs to be. So I like Wembanyama's potential because we've never seen anything like this guy. 7'4" guy that can do all those different things. And with the league being where it's at now, with big men shooting from the outside and being able to handle a little better, he seems like the ceiling, like the best. Like he seems like the pinnacle of what that could be. Now, Bob made a good point in the chat that we have amongst the other. I don't know if he has he's not a hot flyer. I don't know if he has the charisma. I don't know if he has the personality, the swag that kids are going to be drawn to. You know what I mean? When it comes to a worldwide perspective, basketball is a global sport now. So from a worldwide perspective, he may very well be the face. But what about the kids right here in the United States? I don't know if he has that kind of swag that's going to draw those little kids that's on the playgrounds and in the gyms and in the recs to where they're doing moves and they want to be the next Wemby or he's their superhero. Even if they can't be him because they're not 7'4". But with all that being said, if it's not him, I feel like it could be Scoot Henderson as well for the American kids. But I know this is a cop out. At the end of the day, is to be determined. We don't know who it's going to be. That's why we're just giving our opinions. But I wouldn't be surprised, though. I wouldn't be surprised if it's not Wemby. I wouldn't be surprised if it's somebody like Scoot Henderson who's carrying the flag until that next face comes along.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I would love
bridge. He's that bridge.
I would love a situation to where we have like this is the draft where everybody is like swooning over Wembanyama, but be it the fact that Charlotte, like, who is the next Michael Jordan? Like, who is the next Tom Brady to come out in the NBA? Like because the NBA is like real big on like drafting super potential. Like it almost feels like the whole draft is about Wembanyama. Everybody else just like not even there. So I would love for this draft to be one of those drafts where, like you said, a Scoot Henderson, especially whoever comes to Charlotte, ends up like being like the next Ja Morant to a Zion Williamson. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like where another huge star emerges, and I hope whoever that guy is the guy who's in Charlotte. But
I do think a path exists to Scoot has a better career than Wemby.
I agree with that.
And I say that this might be a hot take. I don't know, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I think it's gonna be Wemby if he stays healthy. But I wouldn't be shocked if Wemby stays healthy and it's still Scoot. Wouldn't be shocked, bro.
That's a super hot take.
I do, and here's why I say that is because everything I said I don't know about Wemby because he grew up like in France, like, so we don't know a lot about his background and stuff. Like, I think Scoot has that. Like, I think Scoot has a personality and a swag and a marketability about him that would appeal to kids, like right here abroad. So
I hope you're right.
Yeah.
I'd love to see Scoot and Melo in the same backcourt. I think that'd be the dopest backcourt. You know what I mean? To be a little kid and follow them growing up, like if they stayed together for a while.
And I hope whoever Charlotte draft is somebody that can re-energize Melo too, because like I actually think you talk about who one of the faces of the NBA that's moving forward. I think he's one of the guys that will usher in that new wave of players, and I think he would be the number one guy. As a matter of fact, I'm willing to say LaMelo would be probably the number one guy and I think what people are telling him is he would be one of the number one guys if he was in a different market. So I think if we could bring a guy in to make that the market, like if we were able to be a team that's in the playoffs year in and year out, that can re-energize and make him one of the top guys that everybody following and usher in this new generation of basketball players, I would love it to be somebody like a Scoot Henderson. I thought maybe we would definitely get that with Wembanyama, especially when I was watching on the draft lottery. I was like, man, that was the most exciting thing I've ever seen in basketball.
It was.
For me.
It was.
Here's the thing, though. One thing I think that Scoot has work to do to be that guy.
Yeah.
The reason why is because he chose not to go to college. He went to the G League Ignite. And when he went to the G League Ignite for 2 years, he played for them for 2 years, right? When he played for the G League Ignite for 2 years, he fell off the face of the planet. Like, nobody pays attention to the G League Ignite. Nobody watches their games. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's watching college. or they're watching the NBA. There really is no in between. People watch high school games on ESPN more than they do the G League Ignite. Right. So nobody really unless you really keeping up with high school. I mean, with the G League, you don't really know who that guy is. So he's got work to do as far as his marketability and as far as his. I think he needs Melo and Melo needs him. I think they would be a dope backcourt together.
It would be. I think so too. Well, guys, all great points. We have come to the end.
Yep.
If you guys don't have any other remarks, we'll go ahead and roll this giveaway and catch y'all on the next week. I know the finals is the game 2 has started already, so I don't want to hold you guys too long.
Cool. We at that time too. We there.
Yeah.
All right.
Any remarks? Anything?
Nah, bro. I'm good.
Perfect.
My only thing I hope is LeBron gets one more championship. Steph digresses as a player, and Bryce Young ends up being the best rookie that's ever played in the NFL.
Yeah, if you would have just let things go and not mention Steph digressing, I wouldn't have had to tell you that. And the parts that we debated, bro, I'm still undefeated. I'm still undefeated. I didn't want to have to say it, but you brought it out of me. You made me do it. I'm still there, bro. I'm still that guy.
Hey, man.
I think I could call on the Warriors debate, though.
All right.
All right. Well, appreciate you guys. Y'all can stick around if you want me to do this giveaway. But I'm gonna stick around. Y'all can stick around if y'all want. But
I'm
appreciate you guys.
Man.
What's up?
I'm gonna let y'all two have it.
Okay.
We doing a duck game again?
Yeah. I'll do the duck game. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna go check out the game so I can have a hot take for y'all next Sunday.
Hey, there it is. There it is.
I'm back, man. Your competition is back, Stat.
Eating 6. Let's go.
All right.
all right, boy. Appreciate you, man.
All right, bro.
All right, let's do this. All right, let me set this thing up. Where we at? Okay, names. All right. Oh, Atlanta. Okay, here we go. Oh crap. Oh dude, I hate technology. Okay. Oh, okay, here we go. Much better. Okay. Alright, here we go. I think I have 4 people. Okay. Set. Alright. Can you see the screen? Can you see it, Stat? Oh no, tell me. Uh-oh. Okay. Alright. Can you guys see the screen? What's up, Jaden? Can everybody see the screen? Yes, no, maybe so. Okay, perfect. All right, let's do this. Where we at? Where's my duck Grace? Okay. And we got Lily with the number 4 duck, Angel, the number 3, Jaden, number 2, and Bree with the number 1. All right, here we go. 1 minute. And we've got Bree jumping up to an early lead, but there's still a lot of time left. Angel with the number 3 duck has fallen behind. All right, Bree and Jaden are pulling up. I feel like Angel's gonna make a last minute splash and make it a contest at the end. Lily is pulling up with the number 4 duck. She has tied Bree. Now she has taken the lead over Bree. And she's pulling away with 30 seconds left. She's got a nice sizable lead. It looks like she's slowing down just a little bit. Angel is slowly trickling up. Bree is falling back to the end, and we have a 1 in the first and a extra 3-way tie for second. There's Jaden with the number 2 duck, and we're coming down to the end, baby. 10 seconds left. Here we go. Lily's pulling away. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my. Jaden's pulling up. Oh, is Jaden going to get a win at the end? Oh my goodness. What is going on? What is going on? Oh my God, Jaden. Oh my. What a race. Jaden pulls away at the end. Oh my God. Yo, that was pretty exciting to see, man. That was pretty exciting. Jaden, did you see that? Did y'all see that? That was pretty exciting, yo. That was pretty exciting. yo, you gotta admit that was exciting, man. That was pretty exciting. Oh my goodness. Wow. Wowzers. Okay, Jaden, I got you sometime this week with the prize. I appreciate you guys for joining. See you guys next week. Probably do it around. I got to check the time, see if there's a game next week. But if not, it'll probably be around like 7 or 8, something like that. So anyway, I appreciate you guys. Catch you on the next one.